the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross. He was able to endure the cross because his focus was beyond the cross. When you're focused on the future, your present situation can never overpower you. When you're focused on the joy that comes in the morning, you can endure the sorrow of the night. When you're focused on the palace, you can get through the pit and the prison. When you're focused on the promise, you can endure the wilderness. When you're focused on your crown, you can carry your cross. Whatever you focus on becomes magnified in your own eyes. Which means if you focus on your problems will become so big that you'll lose sight of just how blessed you are. On the other hand, if you're focused on accomplishing your purpose, you subconsciously minimize your problem, which gives you the inspiration you need to get through any situation you encounter. I can deal with frustration. I can deal with stress. I can deal with pain. I can deal with heartache. I can deal with people's personalities and attitudes. I can deal with poverty because my focus is not on my problem, it's on my purpose, which gives me the inspiration I need to step over my problem on pursuit of my purpose, in pursuit of my purpose. Therefore, my purpose is my power because it gives me the motivation I need to keep going regardless of the circumstances that I'm looking at. Because I don't walk by sight, I walk by faith. Sometimes you got to close your eyes and remember what God has called you to, because if God has spoken anything over your life, it shall come to pass. It may not happen when you're looking for it. It may not happen the way you thought it was going to happen, but I assure you, if it ever come out of the mouth of God, it is going to come to pass. So your purpose is your power. When you finally acknowledge your purpose, you begin to live intentionally, which gives you access to the abundant life that Jesus intends for you to have. Now, I know some of you are thinking, but Pastor, I don't know what my purpose is. You may not know what your specific calling is, but as Christians, our purpose is to be sowers. We are responsible for the distribution of the seed. Our role is to place the seed in a position where growth is possible. The Bible says one man plants, another man waters, but God gives the increase. Since only God can determine which seed will come to fruition and which seed will falter, our job description is to distribute the seed without discrimination, meaning we administer the seed to every plot of soil that we come across without considering the condition of the seed that the soil was without considering the condition of the soil that the seed was planted in. We're supposed to be like BB&T. We're an equal opportunity lender. We take advantage of every opportunity we get to plant the seed, regardless of who it is we're talking to. We consistently articulate the truth, knowing that each time we speak the word, we release revelation, which gives those around us an opportunity to increase. We constantly invest the word because we know that the word always produces a return. Listen to what God said through the prophet Isaiah. For as the rain cometh down, and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and maketh it bring forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower, and bread to the eater, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. The word always has an effect on its recipient. Sometimes it makes them uncomfortable and they separate themselves. Sometimes it makes them uncomfortable and they come to the altar. Either way, it always makes the flesh uncomfortable and it always provokes change. There wasn't one plot of ground represented in this parable that wasn't affected by the seed. The seed always alters the soil that it comes in contact with, which tells me that all we have to do to make an impact is sow the seed. If you got somebody sitting next to you, look over at them and tell them, sow the seed. Don't make this more complicated than it is. Don't overanalyze it. Don't overthink it. Just sow the seed. Sow it while you're at work. Sow it while you're at school. Sow it while you're playing ball at the rec center, sow it while you're getting your nails done, sow it while you're shopping at Walmart, sow it at the grocery store, sow it while you're on Facebook, sow it while you're at your kids' ball game. Regardless of where you are or who's around, you have to be conscious of the fact that it's your responsibility to sow the seed. It's your responsibility. If you proclaim Christianity, if you call yourself a child of God, it's your responsibility to sow the seed. I tell my congregation on a weekly basis that you all are called to preach. You might not have a great big congregation. You might not preach in front of thousands, but you better be preaching, because if you're not preaching, you're not sowing. And if you're not sowing, you're not really serving. Your destiny is to be a sower. You were genetically engineered with a desire to make a positive impact on the people in your surroundings. So it's only when you're sowing into someone else that you can truly live abundantly. As you bless others, the quality of your life dramatically improves.